90% of clothing brands fail in their first 1 or 2 years, to be honest, from what I've seen, and that genuinely nearly happened to me too. Being the co-founder of Mertra and now working with upwards of 20 brands in the last 12 months on a one-on-one basis, I've seen the ins and outs on why brands fail. I've done the fuck ups, I've made all the mistakes, I've earned money with the brand and I've lost a lot of money with the brand. So today I'm going to give you 20 hard truths that you need to follow for your brand. This is operator type shit, so follow along. The number one, first and foremost, is perfectionism will kill your momentum for your brand. I know that this is something you give a shit about. I know that you care and you want to make things absolutely perfect, but if you wait for the perfect opportunity, for everything to be absolutely ready, you're going to be done. There is no perfect strategy, there is no perfect opportunity, and at the end of the day, this is probably coming from fear. So what you have to do is just get shit out there, release, get the data, refine and iterate, and that's the only way you can actually grow and improve in the long term for you and your brand. Number two, one thing I see is planning a drop does not mean you're planning a business. Doing one successful launch, releasing your garments, doing a photo shoot. A lot of people think that's where, that's all they can do to improve. And that is so far from the case. If there's no story, if there's no world, if there's no community, you've got no brand and you're probably not going to see sales. Number three is you need to be following the 1-1-1 method. A lot of people, I see so many people throwing darts and they don't know where to aim, and that's because they're just shooting in the dark and actually don't have any strategy on what they're looking to do and what they're looking to target. The 1-1-1 strategy is one target customer, one marketing channel, and one hero product. Don't overcomplicate it by looking to do so many things and putting your eggs in too many baskets without actually specializing in and getting the foundations right of what is potentially going to be working for your brand. Number four is hard work does not equal attention. Great, you've been working hard, you've probably done sleepless nights, you've probably been crying, but no one can see this hard work. Unfortunately, consumers in the market don't care and you need to give them a reason to care, so earn their respect and make it as valuable of an experience as possible for them to spend their hard-earned money on your product. That's the aim of the game. Number five is you probably don't understand your consumer, and that might sound so simple to say, but if you don't know who you're targeting, if you don't know what language they respond to, how are you going to make sure that your product seems desirable in their eyes? It's as simple as that. If your answer to, who's your target consumer and it's people that like to dress well and wear streetwear, you've already lost the game, to be honest. Think deeper. What do they believe in? Who do they hate? Who do they want to associate themselves with? What is the lifestyle that they're looking to replicate? And make sure that your brand perfectly fits into what their ideal, lifestyle is. Number six is a lot of people don't plan properly as a business in itself. If you've got no goals, this is a hobby to you, this isn't a brand. Set your goals at the start of each year, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, across all aspects of the business, whether that's brand identity, whether that's social media follower count, whether that's revenue goals. You need to know what destination you're looking to target so you can work your way backwards and actually put in action items on the best way to achieve and strategize into it, achieving these goals. Basically set targets, build something, and otherwise you're just playing a game and you're never gonna win. Number seven is your brand is only as strong as your systems. If I took a look at your business today and you were looking to hire me, would I know what to do? Would I find a chaos? Make sure that your business is bulletproof. I'm gonna be doing a video on, the core business systems that I think are kind of underestimated when it comes to brand owning in a later video. Number eight is the best strategy to blow up for your clothing brand. It's not a viral YouTube, it's not a viral TikTok video, it's consistency. The perfect post doesn't matter if you post once. Get in the reps, test, repeat, and iterate from there. Literally is the aim of the game. My favorite marketing term is the 3Cs method. Create constant conversation. Make sure that those on the outside have no opportunity but are forced to listen to you and forced to know who you are, because it seems like you're absolutely everywhere at all times on social media, in-person events, at their favorite influencers. Create constant conversation. Number nine, your business is probably failing and is potentially broke because you actually don't know your numbers. At the end of the day, this is a business, so you need to know your numbers and your finances, and a lot of people just simply don't put enough time and effort into that because they don't think it's as important as other aspects of the business are. If you don't know your margins, if you don't know your net profit, what are you doing? So hustle on that. You're falling way behind if you aren't doing these things. Number 10, cool product, no traffic, no sales. You can't convert when no one sees what you are actually doing and what you are releasing with your brand. So many people put 100% of their time in the product and the product development, but don't put aside money to budget for like actual marketing allocation. So how are you going to get sales when you're getting 20 people on your site when it comes time for drop night? Remember, sales equals sessions and conversion rate and your average order value. So do the math, work backwards on how many people you need on your site to therefore do a sellout drop, and put enough time and effort into this and the strategies on how you're going to collect hype before your actual release date. Again, I could go on all day, so if you want more of these, let me know. Lesson 14 is one that genuinely killed my business, so stick around for that. Number 11 is most people launch too early, and I would say this has been the case for 95% of the businesses I've worked with on a one-on-one basis. People are ordering 100 units before they even have 100 people that follow the brand. How on earth do you expect to sell and then be disappointed and be able to afford when this is the case? So make sure that you have validation for the product you're actually releasing. You've got data and you're testing what people actually want. You're talking to your target customer. So build the demand early. See if there even is demand for what you're looking to create, and then do your bulk order. Number 12, storytelling content is oxygen for your brand. If your content doesn't make people feel, you're done. People buy with emotions. If you were just selling cotton, there's too many markets. And if you were just selling cotton because it is high quality, there's too many brands out there. There's too many brands that are differentiating themselves compared to this, and you're just gonna fall behind and probably not last longer than a year, as I mentioned in the intro. Number 13, you are not documenting enough. This is probably one of the most simple things, but if you're working on your brand as much as you say you are, fucking film it. You don't need a crazy camera. You can get an iPhone and genuinely get a tripod for $20. Film every little thing that you're doing, even if you don't think it looks aesthetic. Film the packing, film the chaos, film the samples, film absolutely everything. The more content, the better. You might not even use half of it, and that's okay, but at least you've got options to choose and you're not scrambling on repeating and recycling the same photo shoot content down the line. Number 14 is you are not restocking your winners. The drop method is really good. We've seen brands like Supreme, talking for myself with Mertra, like building that exclusivity and that scarcity is amazing, but too many brands actually have a successful release and never launch it again just for the sake of adding to that scarcity aspect. But if you found a hero product, fucking re-release it, do restocks. It's as simple as that. Run it back, give the people what they want. If there's a winning product, you want to create as much value as possible. So give it into the hands of your consumers that are showing their demand. Number 15 is it's all well and good for your brand to look good, but who are you actually talking to? Branding isn't just a font, it's what makes people feel. So you need people to think and say to themselves, this was made for me. Number 16 is your website is more important than your Instagram. I've seen brands with, banger Instagram content and then you go onto their website and it genuinely looks that shit. Fix your website, put importance on this, fix your conversion rate, and therefore your numbers are going to just skyrocket if you do this properly and invest from the get-go. Respect your store, and remember, if you had a store in Chadstone or something like that, how would you want things to operate? What's the customer service look like? Remember, your online store is your, new day and age physical store, so respect it as like it is. Number 17 is sea shipping over air freight. Too many brands hustle and are too worried about getting something out there when people don't even know what they're working on and what's in the pathway of what's releasing next. Make sure that you are so far ahead in your sampling that you are able to do sea shipping, especially from the early on stages, so that way you can have increased profit margins to therefore invest for the next 1, 2, 3 bulk orders, actually make money as a brand, especially when you're starting out air freight, especially when you're doing hoodies, fleece, whatever it ends up being. It's gonna just kill your margins, and then you're gonna look in your bank account and be like, I sold out, but why the fuck did I not make any money? Sea shipping is a must. Number 18 is you need to stop being the designer. And I might cop a bit of flack for this, but it comes to a point when you've grown so much with your business that you can't wear all the hats anymore to therefore make sure that your business is going in the right direction and scaling appropriately. At some point, your growth is going to need to come from letting go and giving others responsibilities in things that you used to do. Hire talent, build the systems, build a machine, and therefore be able to work on the business instead of in the business. And I think one of the first roles that you need to do and look to hire is designing, because you shouldn't have time to be designing for 8 straight hours when there's so many other things you need to be doing in the business for it to be successful. Number 19 is you are not too early, you are underplanned. The best brands that I've worked with are operating at 6 to 12 months ahead of their forecasting. They know at least their next 3 or 4 releases and collections. So ask yourself, how far ahead are you on the sampling stage? If you're not planning 3 drops ahead, you're behind. Number 20, this might sound super simple, but if you're not obsessed with your brand's future, no one else will be. You've got to be obsessed. You've got to be waking up thinking about it. You've got to think about the direction and the legacy you're looking to create instead of just the short term and what's happening in this next month. That energy and that obsession is contagious. And when you are, putting that effort into all aspects of the business, it shows off into the product, into the marketing, into the storytelling that you're looking to create. So become obsessed of what the future looks like for your brand and the direction you're looking to create, as well as the legacy you want to leave, along the way when you're thinking about the brand's future for the next 10 to 15 years. So that's 20 brutal truths that I've seen, operating a brand myself, being the co-founder of Mertra, but also working with brands one-on-one. And honestly, if you follow these from the get-go, or if you're currently a brand and you're looking to scale, you'll be so much better off for it. And I wish people told me these a lot earlier than I found them out myself. They've cost me a fuck ton of time, energy, and sanity, to be honest, but I wouldn't trade any of that. So I want to share all of these things with you guys. So if you enjoyed the video, comment if you had any questions or topics you wanted me to go over. It's going to be a difficult journey being a brand owner, and I don't think too many people tell you actually how hard it's going to be, but enjoy it, live in it. Comment the lesson that you didn't realize the most. And if you want part 2, let me know. I've got 20 more, I've got 100 more. We out.